There's a quiet question that many older men ask but rarely out loud. What really happens to your prostate if you release daily after 60? Is it helpful or harmful? For years, the answers have been shrouded in fear, taboo, and misinformation. But today, we're setting the record straight. And what you'll hear in the next few minutes may completely change how you think about prostate health and your daily habits. What I'm about to share might genuinely surprise you, challenging some notions you've held for a long time. So settle in comfortably, perhaps with a cup of your favorite tea, because this conversation is crafted just for you, with care and understanding. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Elderly Life Lessons channel. Before we dive into the surprising revelations, let's take a moment to understand our body's remarkable design, specifically focusing on a small but incredibly significant gland called the prostate. You see, for men, this little gland plays an immense role, especially as we gracefully grow older. Think of it as a loyal companion on your health journey. The prostate gland, roughly the size of a walnut, is an integral part of the male anatomy. It's situated just below the bladder and in front of the rectum, and its primary role is quite fascinating. It produces a special fluid that helps to nourish and transport sperm, contributing to what we know as semen. For such a modest size, its function is undeniably crucial, making it a cornerstone of male reproductive and urinary health. Now, it's completely understandable that anything so vital to our well-being can also be a source of questions, and sometimes even a bit of apprehension. Over the years, many ideas and stories have circulated about prostate health. Some of these have been based on genuine concern, while others, unfortunately, have blossomed from misunderstandings or old wives' tales. You might have encountered notions, perhaps from conversations with friends or snippets of information online, suggesting that certain habits could somehow wear out the prostate, or lead to discomfort, or even the dreaded thought of something more serious, like prostate cancer. These concerns are deeply human. Prostate cancer, after all, is one of the most common cancers that affect men, and any information that might influence its risk is naturally taken very seriously by us all. For many years, these unverified stories often went unchallenged, simply passed down as cautionary tales or informal health advice. However, the world of science is always advancing, always seeking deeper understanding, and thankfully, dedicated researchers, with boundless curiosity and commitment, decided it was time to move beyond guesswork and truly investigate these long-held beliefs. They embarked on a quest to uncover the clear, scientific truth. And what they discovered, my friends, was not just enlightening, it was truly transformative, forever changing our understanding of prostate health. So, let's gently explore what this groundbreaking research finally revealed. James Monroe, a 69-year-old retired postal worker from Michigan, had a question he never felt comfortable asking his doctor. It wasn't about cholesterol or arthritis. It was something far more personal. Is it safe, he wondered, to continue experiencing regular release at my age? And how might it affect my prostate? He wasn't alone. For many men over 60, questions about personal closeness, private health routines, and prostate wellness are common but rarely discussed out loud. That silence creates uncertainty, where fear often grows. On discussion boards, during late-night internet searches, and in quiet chats among friends, the same concerns arise again and again. Am I putting strain on my prostate? Is frequent personal release harmful after 60? Could it raise the risk of serious illness or help prevent it? The answers, it turns out, aren't just interesting, they're important, because what older men believe about their prostate health influences not only their habits, but also their confidence, their relationships, and their overall well-being. For far too long, the truth has been hidden behind myths and outdated beliefs. Today, we're going to explore what modern science and real-life insight has to say about regular private release after age 60 and how it impacts the prostate. Let's begin with the basics. The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, located just below the bladder and in front of the lower part of the colon. Its main role is to produce the fluid that helps carry reproductive cells during natural release. Though small, This gland plays a big role in men's health, especially in the later decades of life. As men age, the prostate commonly becomes enlarged. This condition, called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, can lead to symptoms like a weak stream, frequent nighttime urination, and a sense of incomplete bladder emptying. There's also prostatitis, an uncomfortable irritation of the gland, and the more serious concern, prostate cancer, one of the most common forms of cancer in older men. With these risks in mind, it's no wonder many older men feel cautious or even anxious about anything that might affect the prostate, including regular personal release. Some worry it might overburden the gland, trigger discomfort, or increase health risks. But where do these beliefs come from? And are they supported by modern science? The truth is, many of these fears come from outdated perspectives. In past generations, topics around private behavior and closeness were often surrounded by social discomfort and moral judgment. Many were told that such behaviors were harmful or even shameful. But science offers something different: evidence without bias. One of the most influential studies on this subject comes from researchers at Harvard University's T.H. Chan School of Public Health. It was no small undertaking. Scientists observed more than 900 men over nearly 2 decades, tracking their habits, lifestyle, and long-term health outcomes. Their main question: does the frequency of natural release have an effect on prostate cancer risk? What they discovered was striking. Men who experienced release 21 or more times per month had a 33% lower chance of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did so just 4 to 7 times monthly. That's not a minor shift, it's a significant protective benefit, simply from a natural and healthy bodily function. This research caused a stir in the medical world and challenged long-held beliefs about prostate health. So, why would regular release support prostate wellness? There are a few compelling theories, and they all make sense from a biological standpoint. One theory is known as the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Think of the prostate as a small processing center. If fluid builds up and isn't expressed regularly, it can sit for long periods, allowing harmful substances to remain in contact with the gland. This might contribute to irritation or cellular changes over time. But when a man releases regularly, the gland naturally clears out built-up fluids and waste materials. It's like a natural cleansing cycle. This process helps maintain healthier internal conditions for the gland. This idea, backed by biological logic and clinical evidence, may explain why regular release is not just harmless but potentially helpful. Another piece of the puzzle involves stress. You see, chronic stress triggers inflammation throughout the body, and inflammation is a known contributor to many diseases, including cancer. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ejaculation, whether with a partner or solo, has been shown to reduce stress hormones like cortisol while increasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. In other words, regular release may not only relieve physical pressure, but also help calm the nervous system. And a calm body is less inflamed, more balanced, and more resilient. This is especially important for older adults. Many men over 60 carry hidden stress, whether from health worries, relationship shifts, or financial concerns. These internal tensions, if left unchecked, can slowly wear down the body. A healthy, private release routine might help in ways far beyond what most people assume. As men age, hormonal shifts naturally occur. Testosterone, the primary male hormone, tends to decline gradually, usually starting in the late 40s or early 50s. By the time many men reach their 60s or 70s, they may notice lower energy, decreased libido, or mood changes, which are often linked to these hormone levels. But here's something few people talk about. Regular sexual activity, including solo release, can help support hormonal stability. Although it won't completely restore youthful testosterone levels, maintaining healthy sexual function may help your body maintain rhythm, balance, and biological signaling systems that support overall vitality. Some researchers suggest that the prostate itself responds better to regular use, maintaining muscle tone and glandular health when it is regularly stimulated. Like any other part of the body, healthy use supports healthy function. It's not about overdoing it or setting rigid expectations. It's about staying in tune with your own body and honoring its needs, not shaming them or ignoring them. This perspective becomes especially important in later life, when intimacy and private expression may change, but never lose value. Let's shift our focus from biology to emotion, because for many older adults, concerns about masturbation or intimacy aren't just about health. They're about dignity, privacy, and self-worth. Arthur, a 72-year-old widower from Tampa, shared that after his wife passed away, he wasn't sure what to do with feelings he still carried: his need for connection, for touch, for closeness. "I didn't think it was appropriate anymore," he said quietly. "I thought those parts of life were behind me." But the truth is, emotional closeness and sensual needs don't disappear with age. They evolve. For seniors like Arthur, daily release wasn't just a physical act. It became a source of comfort, emotional grounding, and even a way to process grief. He described it as a small reminder that I'm still alive, still connected to myself. This story reflects what mental health professionals have known for years, that healthy sexual expression can offer enormous emotional benefits. It can reduce anxiety, ease depression, and even improve sleep quality. For older adults, especially those living alone, this form of self-care can be as important as any walk or supplement. It's not indulgent, it's healing. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: concerns about risks. Can daily release ever go too far? Is there such a thing as too much? Even if the science shows protection, the answer is context matters. For most men, especially those in good physical and emotional health, daily release is perfectly safe. However, if the act begins to interfere with your day-to-day life, causing fatigue, disrupting responsibilities, or becoming compulsive, then it may be a sign of emotional distress rather than a physical issue. What's important is your relationship with the habit. Are you using it as a form of self-care, or are you escaping something deeper like loneliness, anxiety, or pain? This is where gentle reflection matters. Seniors have a lifetime of wisdom, and part of that wisdom is knowing when a healthy habit is truly enriching your life, and when it might be replacing something more meaningful, like intimacy with a partner or connection with others. If you're unsure, there's no shame in talking with a trusted doctor or therapist. It doesn't make you weak, it shows you're strong enough to prioritize your whole health, not just one part of it. Let's now zoom out, because while daily release can offer protective benefits, it's only one part of a larger health picture. The best approach is holistic, supporting the prostate from many angles. Diet. A diet rich in colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats is essential. Tomatoes, especially cooked ones, are high in lycopene compound, linked to better prostate outcomes. Pumpkin seeds, green tea, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli also support glandular health. Reduce intake of processed meats, excess dairy, and sugary foods, which can promote inflammation. Movement. Exercise is vital. Gentle walking, yoga, swimming, or even dancing can help reduce inflammation, balance hormones, and improve circulation, all of which support prostate function. Even a 30-minute stroll in the morning sunlight can lower stress and support testosterone levels. Sleep and hydration. Good sleep is the hidden pillar of prostate health. When you rest well, your body repairs, hormone levels normalize, and immune function improves. Combine that with proper hydration, about 6-8 glasses of water daily, and you're giving your system everything it needs to thrive. Regular checkups. No matter how healthy your lifestyle, don't skip your yearly doctor visits. Ask about PSA, prostate-specific antigen, tests, and digital exams, especially if you have a family history of prostate issues. Early detection remains your strongest safety net. Remember, release isn't a replacement for medical care, it's a complement to a wise, watchful lifestyle. For those in relationships, this topic opens up another layer of discussion. How does daily or regular intimacy evolve with a partner after 60? Many couples experience changes in desire, timing, or comfort levels, but that doesn't mean the flame dies. It simply shifts. Communication becomes more important than ever. Some older couples find that intimacy deepens when the pressure of performance fades. Gentle touch, emotional closeness, and mutual care replace rushed expectations. For these couples, solo or shared release becomes part of a compassionate routine, not a taboo subject. Others may experience medical challenges like erectile changes, vaginal dryness, or limited mobility. But with communication, these issues can be adapted, not feared. You're not alone in navigating this stage of life. Doctors, therapists, and even books exist to help couples restore connection. And even if your partner has passed on or is no longer part of your daily life, that doesn't mean your body or spirit must go into quiet retirement. Intimacy belongs to you at every stage of life. It's time to be honest about the cost of silence. When older adults are afraid to ask about masturbation, prostate function, or sexual health, the result is confusion, shame, and delay in care. That delay can lead to avoidable suffering both emotionally and physically. We must normalize this conversation, not sensationalize it. Because every man deserves to know what's happening inside his own body. And every man deserves the dignity to care for that body without guilt. That's why your courage to watch this video, to ask hard questions, and to stay informed is so important. You're not just helping yourself, you're helping to change the conversation for every senior man after you. So, what have we really learned? We've learned that daily release is not harmful. In fact, it may be protective. We've seen that science backs the value of regular ejaculation for prostate health. But even more, we've explored the emotional, relational, and lifestyle context that gives this habit meaning and balance. This isn't about numbers or rigid rules. It's about learning to listen to your body, honor your needs, and make choices from a place of respect, not fear. Prostate health is a lifelong journey, and daily release? It's one gentle, natural way to support that journey when practiced mindfully, with care. You deserve to feel whole, you deserve to feel informed, and you deserve to age with dignity and wisdom. If this video helped you see things more clearly, please take a moment to like. This video truly helps us reach more seniors who need this message. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Elderly Life Lessons and click the notification bell so you never miss a new insight on aging well. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What's one health myth you've heard that you'd like us to unpack next? Stay informed, stay empowered, and most of all, stay kind to your body. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you again in the next video.